So Wolverine got buffed, and you know what? I think he's pretty good now. It's been so weird to have such a classic character. I mean, Wolverine is like so many people's favorite Marvel character, and he just wasn't getting played in Destroy decks, which seemed tailor-made for him. He'd pop up in the occasional Galactus deck, of course, but amongst all the other Destroy cards, he wasn't making the cut in the best Deathwave decks like the one above me until now. But after his buff and his ability to scale up his stats in decks like this one, pushing him to 4, 6, sometimes even higher power with the help of locations, makes him a much more efficient play. Suddenly a 2/6 that's also scaling up the stats of things like your Carnage or discounting your Death, that adds a lot of utility to this deck. So I'm happy to say that finally I think Wolverine's actually good in Destroy decks, and there's nothing crazy about this deck above me. You might have seen it a dozen different times. It is pretty typically Death Wave, but I wanted to showcase Wolverine in particular, a card I bet a lot of people are itching to play in a deck that actually works really nicely for him. And although, this deck is not the tippity top of the meta these days, it's still pretty darn consistent, and especially since the nerf to leader, some of the big turn 6 plays you can make with this deck are still rather surprising and competitive and allow you to steal some wins. So here is the new freshly buffed Wolverine in action and doing some work. Real quick, I'd like to talk about our sponsor for this video. It's Hero Wars. Hero Wars has a lot of different and unique characters. There are cyborgs and aliens and vampires, and I'm told, although I have no personal experience, I'm told even furries won't be disappointed. For me, my personal choice is Chaba, but you can find your favorite champion in Hero Wars today. You play against Galactus Null at rank 60? That's crazy. Well, rank, I guess I would think more about than collection level there. I wish they had more limiting parameters for matchmaking. It feels like MMR is like the most heavily weighted aspect by a mile. So you've got people playing both people that are higher ranked and higher collection levels because their MMR is good. I wish that there was a tighter limit on the other two. Like you had to be in a pretty tight range of collection level and a pretty tight range of rank. I feel like the player base is plenty big to sustain that. In the early access, we always thought, hey, that's because there's not a lot of players yet. They have to broaden the matchmaking range to make sure you get quick matches, obviously. But now this game has like 10 million downloads and seems to have a very active, healthy player base. I would have to imagine you could tighten up the matchmaking a little and still give people plenty of quick games. I don't know, obviously, but smaller games seem to do fine with similar or better matchmaking restrictions. I'm not sure what the logic of all that is, but that's my instinct anyway. Okay, Wolverine's... I guess we play Wolverine here. I don't know, it'd be amazing if he kept rolling here. They're gonna destroy this Bucky anyways. We don't really worry about the Bucky, right? Let's just get the Wolverine destroyed. Crossbones and Sabretooth. Oh, the Wolverine rolled again. That's so sick. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, we can actually pull Crossbones out, or maybe we might be able to just play for an arrow, but I don't know if we're gonna win Rickety Bridge, right? Because that Winter Soldier is not necessarily going anywhere. We got to be careful. We could Magneto the Crossbones and the Sabretooth actually both into Rickety Bridge. So let's try to put Death here to win. That might be, or Arrow does the same thing too, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Let's think. Yeah, this is probably it. This contests, and we have ways to move these with Magneto, or sometimes play for a tie with Arrow, depending on where they play stuff. Also depends on where Wolverine rolls too. That changes things a lot as well. Oh, hey, it's Wolverine versus Wolverine. How fun. Roll here again. Roll here again. Yes! He's a mad lad, dude. It's the Wolverine action. I love it. That's amazing. That's amazing. Do we just Magneto these, man? They're not gonna play here, right? So it feels like that should work out okay. That's better than Arrow in this case, I think. Because we know it's a 12 power. Well, we don't know because it could get armored or something, but then Magneto's not fine in that case. He still gets screwed, I guess, but is that a Shang-Chi? Oh, Dr. Doom. Oh, crazy. That's fine. That's fine. Wolverine rolled mid again. He's a mad freaking lad, dude. You can't stop him. You can't. If he sticks this time, of course, because there's no more end of turn. He rolled Rickety Bridge every time. He's clawing his way back up, man. That's sick. That's a really fun game. Thank you, Wolverine. All right, Wolverine here is actually really legit. We can also save this Bucky Barnes perhaps to try to snipe Death's Domain late. Quinjet might be is it a Thanos deck? No, it's not a Thanos deck, so probably just like Devil Dino random garbage deck. Ooh, Strange Academy lets them contest Death's Domain though. That's a good roll for them. They might be able to play to this really nicely. When normally we'd be the only one to advantage there.
Enough said, bub.
It's actually fine for Wolvie. That's okay. Oh, Quinjet just discounted their entire freaking deck. Oh, cool. Great news. Awesome. I'd love a way to transform this Strange Academy, huh? Throwing the Korg away. Okay. We're gonna have time to fill this up by 5 to get more power there. Because that's kind of my plan a little bit, I think. Ooh, this is a huge hit for us. Because it denies them the ability to play to Death's Domain sometimes. That is a clutch roll for us. Wow. We could even put She-Hulk there next turn to try to lock it down, and then Killmonger later. This is where you snap, I think, but we don't snap because we want to see the end of the game. I don't want the opponent retreating here. If they think things won't go their way. I got it again, dude. That's totally fine. I really don't care. I promise I don't care. Yeah, this is a good final punch. We're gonna be up a ton here. I mean, like a random Shang-Chi or something could answer this She-Hulk could be kind of sad, I guess, but ultimately I think we're very favored right now. Oh, my goodness. They tie, but the Killmonger pulls it back, man. We did not hit a death. That is a randomly generated death. It's not the right play, actually. It's wrong, but it's hilarious. Yeah, Bucky's still better here in case they have some kind of Dr. Doom sneakiness or something. They are revealing first, so we're good against Dr. Doom, actually. They won't be able to Dr. Doom a Quinjet, thankfully. So we should have mid locked up outside of I don't know, random Blue Marvel. You know, there's some stuff, but typically we win mid here, I think. Oh, they're just gonna Sunspot. Wow, okay, that's great. GG on that. Thank you, Wolverine and Bucky, for your sacrifice. Triple win, dude. Let's go. Can't believe we drew down. That's wild. Not helpful, but still pretty crazy coincidence. District X doing work. She-Hulk on She-Hulk action. Well, if that were the name of the video, it would get 10 million views. Squirrel Girl Killmonger looks good. I thought that was Edwin Van Cleef at first, guys. With the red like bandana over his face. I thought that was Hearthstone's Edwin Van Cleef. I am so confused right now. Yeah, Deathlock might be pretty good at contesting that, but I might have to commit even more power. Let's be more careful than that. Let's go mid. Wolverine gonna go up to 6 here, which is nice. Keeping his buff despite getting destroyed feels pretty good. Death here is gonna be very cheap. We're gonna eat at least 4. That makes Death She-Hulk playable. Worst case if I skip turn 5. Finally playing some cards.
Said, bub.
Oh, Sunspot 0. Oh my. 2 excellent cards to eat here for the Killmonger. Kind of getting a vibe that we're gonna see something big here. Maybe an Atuma. Maybe a Typhoid Mary. So let's not commit our Killmonger there. I think we'll just lose those stats if we do. Typhoid Mary it is. Yeah, okay. That they're still behind here despite committing that, because it means they're gonna have to put even more power into that spot. So we can never play all 3 of these big boys here. She-Hulk and Death do basically the same. If I play Death though and float 2 energy, I have a little more flexibility with She-Hulk, because she would cost 4 next turn, but is that really ever useful? I don't ever Carnage, right? I don't think so. So we might as well play the She-Hulk now and keep the Death flexibility for next turn. Could eat and try to get something cool too, play both of these, but I think this is fine for now. Let's just take another location here and force them to contest across all 3. This might be a Red Skull. Oh, just Dracula. Okay. 4 cards in hand makes that a little bit hard to solve. This pulls both Typhoid Mary and Dracula to this location, which means we will probably lose it, but it means we are likely to win the others. If they did play something big enough here, they'd be okay, but they don't. They don't. Arrow. We could also probably have arrowed into the Dracula lane is another alternative line I was going to get to. Might have been better, since we know that that's where most of their power is going to be added if we just negate the power elsewhere. Oh, another thing about our sponsor, Hero Wars. Did you know there are 6 unique modes and 100 million players? That's actually kind of crazy. So you can play alone, or of course you can find a friend to play with as well, but also be sure to try out the Titans mode where you can become a legend. I know there are a lot of legends out there. So it's time for you to play Hero Wars now. Wave in hand is good. All right. What's my favorite deck, bro? I don't know. Who are the deck bros? Is Snapster a deck bro? Is Cozy Snap a deck bro? I like those guys. Such a smart aleck. You didn't use a direct address comma. How am I to know what you mean? Dang, dude, Fisk Tower with Arrow or Magneto could be nuts. I don't really know. My favorite deck right now. What is my favorite deck? I do tend to like Shuri big decks. So like Red Skull, Shuri, you know, that sort of stuff. Taskmasters, all those guys. I always think that's pretty fun. Bishop, unfortunately, in the Fisk Tower location, so not a good Magneto play for us. Mr. Negative would be, but unfortunately, that's a card we don't want to destroy. So that's sad. We do have Magneto Death on this wave, so that's interesting. I don't know where to play, though. Wonder if we'll see a magic here at all. That would make me sad. I don't want to see magic, right? Magic's bad. We don't want them to get a turn 7 with negative stuff. We want to shut them down. Okay, no magic. All right.
Iron Man.
So the Iron Man location looks pretty tough to win, but I feel like, well, I don't know. They might actually rely on Bishop, huh, and then be a little screwed, but it seems like we were going to be totally fine. Wolverine got pretty jacked there, by the way. Good Wolverine. I do know I like Squirrel Girl Carnage. Looks good. Eat our pixels. Ooh, man. Yeah. Anywhere this rolls, it's still the great Carnage target, so no problem here. Vormir we love. Vormir Wolverine. Forget Black Widow.
Enough said, bub.
That's totally fine. This is gonna be a jacked Wolverine, dude. If he goes anywhere else, we can deathlock him again as well. It's gonna be an 8-power Wolverine, maybe. He rolls here, of course, we won't want to eat the carnage, but... Oh, Shuri gone. Okay, so some big stuff incoming. Be less big now, though.
Enough said, bub.
Man, he rolled mid. That's not... Oh, okay. Actually, maybe good news now. Now we get a free Killmonger / Deathlock. And it makes our life a little easier, I think, actually. Deathlock should be plenty for any kind of death action later. We don't need the Killmonger, in other words. Yeah, let's just stick this on curve. Opponent has done nothing this entire game. Do we overcommit them here since we have such a big advantage already? We could just say we're going to win these other 2 lanes, but a little bit harder to predict. I think we overcommit them here, and then we're ahead in all 3, and we just Magneto right, probably. Yeah, dude, they did nothing. I don't know. The big Wolverine scares them off. I don't want to confuse the storyline of the video with the leader as well. We played 2 buffed cards in this deck. Leader not really buffed, of course, but no need for leader. Fellow Squirrel Girl enjoyer.
That's fun.
Wolverine might make them think that we are a Galactus deck. They are a Patriot deck. Okay, we don't have a lot of Patriot disruption. Dude, is Sanctum Sanctorum the featured freaking location? Sorry, the 3rd Sanctum Sanctorum in our first 2 games. 3 in 2 games. That's really something. We can win that though, of course. Wolverine can bounce over. We've also got Squirrel Girl to match at least, which is nice. Dude. Good evening, Mr. Fake Background. Yeah, the problem now is actually if I actually had my real background, if I wasn't green screened, it wouldn't fit in the stream. I'd have to adjust it. It's kind of frustrating to think about. So, wave here is good, yeah. We can't play Squirrel Girl though if we want to play She-Hulk in this case. Oh, we actually, Death is not cheap enough yet either, although... so Death is only going to go to 2, She-Hulk's going to go to 2. So maybe it's more about Death Magneto in that case. Death has nowhere to be played though. Only she can't be played in Crimson Cosmos at 2. Magneto can be played there. Death has to be played in Tinkerer's Workshop in that case. Yeah, that should be fine. Magneto's gonna pull over Cyclops. Gotta think about that. But now if I don't play Squirrel Girl, I'm not ever winning Sanctum Sanctorum. Feels like that's better. I don't know though. Like I guess I'm not winning it anyway with Patriot. Why am I worried about winning Sanctum Sanctorum? This is wrong. I don't beat it with Patriot anyway. I don't know why I'm thinking about it. Literally does nothing. I'm an idiot. That's why. I'm an idiot. That's why. I can't. I mean, they play Ultron. I move Patriot and Cyclops over. That puts, and I'm going first. So actually, they get the Ultron cards there. Those are each gonna be 3 power. So they're losing power. So I would win mid in that case. Ultron puts them at 11 plus 7 is 18, and I only go to 17. So Ultron actually beats me here, unfortunately. I don't care. We're just gonna lose anyway. It's fun to watch. It's just fun to watch us lose. It's fine. Oh, Mystique. Wait, what did 1, 2, or 3 can't be. Oh, Wave. I'm an idiot. Wave makes it 4. They can play whatever they want. It's better for us though. It's great news. It's an excellent development. Wave makes it cost 4. We got to think about Wave updating costs there. Yeah, this deck's feeling better. We've been hitting a nice stretch of games here. We started off really soft, but now we've won 3 out of 4. It's feeling a lot better. We're actually 50-50 right now. Camertage we love. Give me those discounts. Chavez gone. Scorpion gone. That would have been annoying on Camertage if they drew it. Guess they were gonna draw it, right? This says the top two. It's kind of a bad way to think about things generally, but technically correct. Carnage now. Turn 5 is wave. Turn 4 could be a Carnage turn for Bucky Squirrel stuff or Wolverine stuff. So I think we hold the Carnage. We can Killmonger on 3, frankly, and that's fine. Yeah, there's our turn 4, yeah. We'll actually do Carnage left over there, because if the Wolverine rolls into the same spot, it's honestly really good for us. Because the Carnage will go off again. It should work that way, I think. This eats my Yondu, which is a little sad. It's a 1 and 3 to get a slightly bigger Wolverine, I think is the take. Could arguably try to contest Asgard too, though. If we think just getting a 6-power Carnage at Asgard is securing more card draw and denying card draw, that could be worth more. We'll have to talk about it. Did you get this deck from Binks? Neither. This was not. This is just Death Wave. This is a incredibly standardized list, really. Sometimes we would see Leader in the Magneto slot, but I mean, this has Wolverine in it this week because of some guy on Twitter who played it to infinite. That is literally the primary difference maker here. I don't think we're going to contest that very well. Let's go here. Frankly, the Wolverine might steal it anyway, but this is basically as meta of a deck as there has been in Marvel Snap. Kind of one of the most refined basic lists that's ever existed. There's like maybe 1 or arguably 2 flex spots. Wolverine has flexed in, and the Magneto spot's kind of flexy too, I think, personally. Yeah. Oh, we denied the draw. Yeah, nice. Thank you, Wolverine. You're a saint, man. I don't really. I think I got to do this, right, to try to beat Silver Surfer left, because I'm not winning right ever. I got to win mid, and I got to win left somehow, but I don't know how yet. Magneto screws me, honestly. Arrow has no play. I think I just need to do this. Wave does limit them a lot, to be fair. They can only play 1 card. But if I don't win mid, it doesn't matter. If they play Silver Surfer, they're still going to win. Right? That's the thing. Like, limiting them doesn't actually help me.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh, God. Spider-Man, bro. You for real? I mean, Silver Surfer beats us, obviously. I'll play it out, though. What do I have to lose? Who cares? Gonna be fun, at least. Killmonger. Okay. Killmonger Silver Surfer is a pretty nasty combo here. Man, a dreamy hand, dude. That Spider-Man was really well timed. Nothing we can do, as you saw, though. It's just no play on that one, unfortunately. Oh, and one final thing about our sponsor, Hero Wars. Here's a question for you. Where can you get 30,000 coins, 600 emeralds, and 5 awesome heroes to start dominating in Hero Wars right now? The answer is in the link in the description below, where you can play Hero Wars now. Okay, big boys in hand, big girls in hand. No little cards in hand. We need some little cards. I will say the reason we're playing this deck, right? The motivation behind playing what is, you know, again at this stage, a pretty old, pretty stock standard deck. The goal here is to test Wolverine, and I do think Wolverine has felt pretty good so far. We've gotten a lot of like 2-power Wolverines, or excuse me, 4 to 6 power Wolverines, +2 or +4 power Wolverines, and he's just been good fuel. So he does feel like a relevant addition where in the past he really didn't. So I am happy to see that. That feels like a bit of a relief to me. Okay, it's probably a skip turn 5 unless we hit a wave, I'm guessing. How long have I been playing this? Like tonight or permanently, forever? Tonight for about an hour. Permanently about, let's see, 8 months or so now, I guess? Something like that. So we got a 1 mana death to go, 1 mana She-Hulk to go with a death next turn if we want. We could just go She-Hulk this turn into a Magneto next turn. Magneto does pull both Moon Girl and Killmonger out of a lane if we think we could just get like strong enough here. Could also just try to win both and go for the arrow into Danger Room. Moon Girl means we're probably going to see something like a Devil Dinosaur or a... Well, we didn't see a Zabu, so I'm thinking like Devil Dino probably. If a Devil Dino goes into a location, She-Hulk will not set up an arrow victory. Magneto will not move a Devil Dino. I don't know. Let's try this. I think we're just going to try to rely on the Magneto. If that's Devil Dino, though, I'm nervous. It's Sunspot. Well, we think they're not going to only spend 2 energy, and if they do, there's a very good chance here we win off the arrow, right? This should be okay. We're revealing first, but Shang-Chi is not relevant anyway. This should be okay. They only spend 2 arrow wins. If they spend more than 2, death usually wins. There's obviously some failure points here, Doctor Doom type cards, those sorts of things, but should be fine. I forgot to intern. Classic arrow victory condition here, you know. This is why Arrow has been one of the best cards in Marvel Snap for so long. Dang, dude. I was wrong, by the way, about the... they could have won and only... How much did they float last turn? 4? So the She-Hulks each cost 2? So a She-Hulk for 2 could have actually done it. Yeah, I was wrong. I lied. She-Hulk for 2 lets the Sunspot outscale me. Particularly if they put a Titania here. Oh no, it wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, they could have won. Would that have beaten a tie though? 10-7. No, we wouldn't want a tie. Titania would have been enough. Yeah, I guess we were okay to the She-Hulks. I did not really calculate those correctly though, so that was a little iffy, a little risky.